guys, welcome back to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. As you can tell, I'm with my buddy Brandon. Again, he is a fixture on the show. We're always happy to have him. Today is Monday, April 26th. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get right into it. There's a lot of stuff happening in the community, some good, some bad, but want to get to this. I'll just let you lead in here, man. We've had a loss in our community, but we also see the community coming together and supporting a family. I'm just going to give you the floor, my brother.
Okay.
Tell us what's going on.
I mainly just want to highlight the good here, you know.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Just the things that have we've put together to help support the family in such a dire time. So some people watching this have probably already seen that we did a fundraiser to start with the bracelets so far. Going fantastic. It's just unbelievable seeing, you know, because she had a following because she worked for our brands as well too in other states. And just seeing the amount of orders come through and the support for the family. I mean, it never replaces anything but I know that it's a tough time for her family, her kids, her mom, her aunts, her sisters, her cousins. So that's something where we have the bands, we should have plenty. We're starting to sell out of some colors. Now, I want to be really excited about the event where we're all going to be able to get together and celebrate our life during a workout. So May 1st at CrossFit 302, which is on, we have the address here, 406 Profit, which is right next to the tortilla factory, Ray was on. They're hosting a memorial WOD. It's at 9 a.m. I believe they're going to be there for several hours, 9 to 12, 9 to 1. Clean Plate will be sponsoring it as well too. So there will be food out there. Anything you pay for the food, 100% of it will go to the family. They do ask that if you come and do the workout, which we'll be announcing the workout here soon, that you do a donation to come do the workout. And it's just really going to get the community together. We've got almost every CrossFit in town, gyms, ones from outside of town, and you don't have to be. I just want to know, you don't have to be a CrossFitter either.
That's what I was going to say. Is nobody's going to be sitting there monitoring your push-up form, or hey, you skipped one here.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of like how you've seen the community get together on things like the Murph Challenge and things like that.
Absolutely.
This is going to be like that. It's going to be more of a
celebration of life.
A celebration of life, but the workout is not going to be like a highly skilled workout. It's more of going to be an endurance type workout that is going to be open to everybody being able to do it. You don't have to any particular skills. So we do have that. There will be t-shirts as well available. We do begin the pre-order of those hopefully today or tomorrow. Okay. They'll be online at the Benefit Drive landing page for Amanda through the Complete360 website. And also we will have some at the event as well. So I just ask that everybody keep her kids, her family just in your prayers. I mean, it's a really, really tough thing.
Absolutely, and again, you know, good on you guys so much for lifting up and celebrating her life. I know how many people she touched and how loved she was, and I think it is, you know, you can't replace loss, but when you see the community rally like this to show their love and to show that they're there for the family, I think that in its own way is very special. And so I commend all you guys for rallying together to be there for the family and all of that. And make sure you guys get out there and support them. And again, on these WODs, please don't feel intimidated by that at all. Like you see workout, don't let that scare you. You can just go out there and cheer those people on. And it's the camaraderie, it's the celebration of life. It's everybody linking arms and saying we're here together for the family, and it's, don't let the workout side of it scare you, because there's something about breaking a sweat with people for the right reasons. It's touching and it's moving and it's powerful, and I think she would be absolutely honored to have this. This is, you guys nailed it, and good job, and way to rally for the family. Again, this is CrossFit 302, Saturday at 406 Profit Drive, starts at 9 a.m. I saw that on here somewhere.
And that's this coming Saturday. So May 1st.
This coming Saturday, and again, free admission with donations. The t-shirts are coming. We'll post a link below, so in the comments or in the deal, so you can see all this. But get out there. You can get in touch with Complete360 if you need to, you know, ask anything. Ray over at CrossFit 302, awesome guy. They're all there. And so, and if you just can't reach them for whatever reason, reach out to us and we'll make sure we get you with them. And so, Brandon, am I forgetting anything, brother?
No, I think that covers all of it. So.
Well, again, thank you. Get out there and support this. Help support our community in a time of loss, and let's be there for each other, guys. And so, on that note, we'll be back with we'll take a quick break and be back with our next guest.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that says something about who Wallach and Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
All right, guys, we are back. And as you can tell, I am joined with my buddy, the Colonel here, and he is going to let us know about a great event that Warriors Weekend has coming up. Guys, if you don't know about Warriors Weekend, I know who doesn't, but just in case you've been living under a rock or you're brand new to the area, this is something that is one of our this is who we are, Warriors Weekend. This is one of the things where I think Victoria consistently sets the bar as far as showing love for our veterans, showing support for our veterans, and as a community just rallying and letting people know who we are and supporting our veterans. And so I get all excited when I start talking about it.
I'm glad you do.
But
you're a great American.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm honored. What you guys do is powerful, and it touches a lot of lives, and we're grateful to you for it. For those few that don't know, if you would first introduce yourselves and then tell us a little bit about Warriors Weekend, and then we'll get into your specific event coming up.
Yeah, thanks, Caleb. I appreciate you having me because this is so important to us. It's not like we're not just passionate, it's an obsession.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I've always said whatever we can do for our warriors, especially our wounded and their families, is never enough. We can always do more. One of the ways we do that is through Warriors Weekend, given that, that's been since 2007. I was still on active duty at the time, actually, and I did not know about it until I came back here. And I think it was 2008, and Ron Koshin called me up and he said, "Colonel, I've got something you need to see." And when I went down there to Port O'Connor and I saw what was going on down there, I was blown away.
Yes, sir.
I was like, I've got to be a part of that. I've got a heart. Not just because, I mobilized, trained and deployed and brought back over 2,000 soldiers. I only lost one. But that one is kind of like, going after that one lost sheep.
Yes,
okay?
Sir.
That one affected me so much because I worked with him. He is an E7 that committed suicide in theater. And I never saw that one coming, and so whatever I can do to keep these guys, I don't want the 22 a day to fall on us.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we want to do everything we can. So, we give them a weekend of relaxation and rejuvenation. I mean, what do they always say? The best day fishing's better than the worst day fishing's better than the best day at work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I noticed is when I came back to Victoria, I said, okay, where's Memorial Park? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It ain't.
Yes,
okay. Sir. And I don't want to. I'm not trying to to downplay or disparage anything that has been done around here. For veterans. Down there at the courthouse, some plaques and whatever. But I said, we need something that's a little more visible. Mm-hmm. Okay. And Caleb, what I like to say is that Warriors Weekend Field of Honor is probably the most visible way that you can honor veterans of all conflicts. I mean, we've got folks out there since the American Revolution that are recognized out there. And we're showing the nation what right looks like. That started in 2009. In fact, that's our new mantra, showing the nation what right looks like since 2009.
Yes, sir. I like it.
Let me tell you something just happened, a couple of weekends ago. We drove the rebar. I don't know if you noticed. That wasn't just, it doesn't rain and it sprouts rebar. Mm-hmm, okay, that's what holds the flags on.
Yes, sir.
I was joined out there. We had our volunteers, our normal core team volunteers. We were joined by Coach Roland Gonzalez, Chris Gonzalez, and I think, Herta. Okay, Coach Herta, if I remember right, and about 40 East High School football players. And they drove 1,600 pieces of rebar in 2 hours. And I'm just here and telling you, that was a great thing. And they understand that when we get ready to post flags this next weekend, they help build that field. Mm-hmm. And that's just showing the next generation what right looks like.
Those blisters on their hands are honoring the soldiers' flags that they're flying.
And they loved it. And I told them, I said, you guys make sure you're out here when those warriors get into town on the 21st. because they will honor what you did.
Yes, sir.
While you're honoring what they've done.
Yes, sir. Well, a few things. One, I love that community investment, you know,
Exactly.
with the younger,
Yes.
you know, these younger athletes getting a chance to go out there and see the road that has been paid for them by veterans to be able to do these things.
Exactly.
To earn those, you know, because I don't know how many people have ever tried to drive rebar in dry South Texas soil. It's not often
Kind of like driving it into here, you know?
It's not a ton of fun. And
No.
one, I'm glad you had those guys because they probably all could bench press me. So
Yeah.
good for them. But the sweat equity of that, of again, blistering your hands, working hard to honor the fallen, to honor those that serve.
That's right.
You know, it's a powerful thing, and I agree. There's nothing more visible that I can think of in this town that hits me like that field of honor when I drive by and you see those flags, the patriotism, the camaraderie, the honor for our veterans and our soldiers. It's powerful, and about the only other thing that to me that competes with that is what you also mentioned is when the heroes come to town. If you guys have not seen these streets lined with people, I mean, literally one end of the street to the other,
Yes.
lined with people out there waving flags, honoring our heroes. And it's not just here, that's their whole route. I mean,
Their whole route.
all of it, you know,
All the
and
little towns.
I will take pride, and I this is a challenge to everybody. I think Victoria, we're going to beat you all as far as how many people we get out there. But
There you go.
it really is. Every small town along the way,
That's right.
Texas honors its heroes well, and Victoria even more so. I think we
Absolutely.
help set
Yes.
the bar, and you guys with this event really just do. Tell me about this Saturday's Field of Honor flag posting event.
You know, and I encourage people to come out and volunteer. You can also go up on Facebook, on Warriors Weekend Field of Honor Facebook page, and we have an online sign up where you can literally put in your name to sign up for a specific time to come out. I'm not asking for you to be out there all day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to wear you out. I want you to enjoy being out there with all these patriotic people who will come out, who have sponsored flags, sometimes for papa or grandma or uncle, aunt, cousin, whoever, and they'll come out as a family and put that flag on the field. We've got a specifically designated spot for every flag, and every flag, you know, is sponsored in honor of a specific veteran. Okay. Now let me tell you something a little bit different, and I can use all the people we can get out there. Okay. I'd prefer you go on and sign up. This year we're going to also honor all those in the 7-county area that have been killed in action. Caleb, we're talking over 400 people in this 7-county area since World War I. And that, you know, that pavilion that you see out
Yes,
there,
sir.
that is the point of the pavilion, okay, to honor all those killed in action. Anybody can sponsor a plaque to help us defray the cost and everything and get your message out
Yes,
there.
sir.
But we're gonna have a flag on the field for all 400 of those that have been killed in action, sponsored or not. Warriors Weekend is going to have a flag out there on the field. So that's 400 flags we need help with posting out there. So I don't care if you're 6 to 86, if you can carry a flag, you are welcome to come out. You don't have to be anybody special or have any kind of special qualifications. If you can carry a flag out there, I need you.
And also just like he said, you don't have to be this amazing physical specimen
No.
that is going to have to drive the rebar. Those football players did that for you. This is a separate deal. This is and there's power when those flags are posted, and there's just a real sense of community and togetherness
Yes,
there.
sir.
And it's powerful as you see those flags start being filled
It's
in.
amazing.
As you see those families walk out and put that flag honoring their veterans,
That's right.
Our veterans.
That's right.
And so, yes, sir. What is the best way? Obviously, I know you guys need volunteers. Do you still need financial donation support as we wrap up
Hey,
here?
let's get some more flags out there. Get
Okay.
sponsored flags. We've got, and you can come out that day and sponsor a flag. If you hadn't done it, you can come out that day. We're starting at 0900 hours, and we're going to the end of mission.
Roger
If
that.
we have to be there till 8 o'clock at night, and people want to come out and sponsor a flag, we're going to be there. And even if you have driven by and you went, "Oh shucks, I forgot," come on out and get a flag sponsored, and we'll post it out there for you. We never turn anybody down. and we'll post flags all the way up to the 31st of May.
Outstanding. Well, Colonel, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Caleb.
Thank you, Warriors Weekend, again, for all you do. Guys, make sure you get out and support them. Go to the event. Be part of this flag posting. Feel that. Feel that in your soul. Feel that patriotism. It's something special, and it's what sets us apart. And we have to continue to honor our veterans to ensure our next generation and to make sure that we have veterans that answer that call and step forward because they know we protect them and we back them because they are ours. They are our veterans, and so make sure this Saturday, May 1st, 8 a.m., Warriors Weekend, Field of Honor flag posting. Get out there, support them. We'll be back with Sheriff A.J. Louderback and Sheriff Marr.
I've been closing real estate transactions in Victoria since 2007. I couldn't do it without my staff. They're also friendly, they're accommodating, they're helpful. When someone calls, we get an answer to them within an hour.
I think what's the most rewarding is seeing people when they get here and they're excited and they take pictures after their closing, and I think that's really rewarding.
If you're looking to refinance, build a new home, buy or sell a home, call Kelly Garrett Kachera, and we'll take care of getting your title ordered and your deal closed.
All right, guys, welcome back. As you can tell, I am probably in the safest room in America right now. I am joined by Jackson County Sheriff A.J. Louderback and Victoria County Sheriff Justin Marr. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. I had you guys on today. One, we could talk about 20 million different things because there's a lot happening in the country right now. But one of the things I wanted to highlight this visit was something positive that's going on. Saddle Up for the Sheriffs at the Club Westerner this Thursday, April 29th at 6 p.m. If you guys would, please tell me, again, thank you for coming, and please tell me about this event, Saddle Up for the Sheriffs, if you don't mind.
Thanks, Caleb, but thank you for hosting us, and thank you for your support of law enforcement here in this area. And it's not just Victoria County, it's every county around us that you support. So I've always appreciated that and your perspective on what we do. And I really appreciate the time that you devoted to supporting us and telling and putting our message out there about what we do.
It's my honor.
So I really appreciate that. And I know that other sheriffs have told me the same thing, that we have an outstanding group of citizens here in the Gulf Coast area, and it's the Saddle Up for the Sheriffs is something that is phenomenal in a spectacular fashion as a tribute to the citizens of the Gulf Coast here. I don't have a good enough verbal acumen to really say the things on how this has affected the sheriffs in this region, and it's a spectacular outpouring of support on what we stand for. I know from other things that I'm involved in nationally that the support in this area is extraordinary. And there's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of fear here in the state of Texas, and as we move forward with the new administration here. So some of these things all kind of combine and become part of a fundraiser for us to facilitate keeping our message strong out here and informing the public about really what's happening to the state of Texas and therefore the United States. And so. Again, I want to thank you personally for devoting the time and your equipment and your facility here to let us talk about some of these things, and to thank the public explicitly for the outpouring of support for Saddle Up for the Sheriffs. So this is part of the Texas Sheriffs Regional Alliance. There's 18 sheriffs in here who are an extraordinary group. I don't have another word really that defines how what tremendous character these men have here, and it is yes, we're like-minded to a degree, and that's we're all anti-crime, and so we're pro-Texas and we're pro-U.S., pro-American, and we want good policies here that protect our citizens, and we're prepared to keep that message as pronounced as we possibly can. And it's through folks like yourself that allow us the ability to get in front of a camera and deliver this message day after day here in Texas and the Gulf Coast area. So I'm proud to be a member of the Texas Sheriff's Regional Alliance. Proud to work with these gentlemen. Justin Marr, in his first term here, has been outstanding in the support that he's given us as he's joined hand in hand with us to deliver a message consistent with the Gulf Coast area of sheriffs here. So, my hat's been off to him for some time, and the message that he's brought here. The prior sheriff here, T. Michael O'Connor, was part of the foundational structure of the Texas Sheriff's Regional Alliance. So, proud that he was here in the days that we worked together, and the years that we worked together over 4 terms in this business. So, glad to have. We have several new sheriffs on the alliance this year. We have the Troy Guidry in Waller County, who's a new sheriff this year. He's getting hit with a water hose day by day here. So we hope to see him on Thursday night, and for the sheriffs to meet him, the public to meet him, and the role that he plays here. And we stretch from Clayburgh County with Richard Kirkpatrick, Sheriff Kirkpatrick down there, all the way to Montgomery, Walker County, and Chambers County on the other end, here above Houston. So Sheriff Hawthorne, Sheriff Rand Henderson, Sheriff Clint McRae. So those folks are all tied together with 287G programs and a willingness to do right here and stop the lawlessness that we've been subjected to here. And it's kind of ironic that we have to have a fundraiser here so that we can continue messaging what we're doing here about law and order and the rule of law. So those are things that are should we have to do that? In our world, no, we shouldn't have to do that at all.
And that's in my understanding, when people see you guys out fighting the good fight for your counties and your communities, a lot of the times these funds are coming out of your own pockets when you're driving places and you're doing things and you're engaging in these, for lack of better terms, political battles that have lines have been drawn that you guys are towing up to that line and protecting these lines. That cost and to go, everything in politics seems to be about 10 times the average as far as expense. And one of the things that you guys, like you just said, is it's sad that you're having to raise funds to protect us from our own government here and their bad policy. But that's exactly what's happening. And why it's all that more important, in my humble opinion, that the community comes out, because you guys are doing this on our behalf. You were fighting these fights on behalf of our counties and our communities and for the safety of its residents. And that's when this stuck out to me, is the fact that, you guys are spending your own money to a large degree to make these changes and to fight these changes. And so, yes, sir, that's why I wanted to get the Saddle Up for the Sheriff's event out there, so us as a community could make sure that you guys felt that support, make sure that, you knew you were honored and appreciated and that you were valued. And in this time right now when law enforcement across the nation has sadly, under the same administration to a large degree, become the enemy and become, you guys are the problem. Well, to me, you guys are the sheepdogs. You guys are the ones that protect the flock. And it's sad that to me, the people that are willing to risk their lives on a daily basis for our community are being villainized the way that they are. And again, from a grateful community, the son of a law enforcement officer, I thank you gentlemen tremendously, for your sacrifice. And what can we do, besides being at this event, which again, this Thursday, 6 p.m., Club Westerner, what can we do as a community to help further this battle, help protect our positions, protect our counties, protect our sheriffs? What can we do to further back and support you guys and make sure we're all heading in the same direction?
I would say we need a loud voice. We've been quiet for too long. I recommend that everybody reach out to the representatives and visit with them and voice their concerns, because a lot of our constitutional rights are being challenged nowadays. Mm-hmm. And it's sad that we've got to travel to go protect the people here at home for that. But I mean, the voice needs to become a stronger voice. The more people you can get involved and actually make that phone call the louder we're going to be.
Do you feel they are listening to us? Do you feel they are listening to you all? And I mean, so at the federal level, you know, up there, I know we haven't had any visits by our vice president. I'm sure they've got much bigger and better things to do with climate change and well, anyway, excuse me on that. But do you feel like there's any progress? Do you feel like, you know, we need to keep shaking that tree? You know, what are they listening at all? Are we getting their attention, or do we need to amplify that voice?
We definitely need to amplify that voice. I don't think they're listening. I think we need to put a lot of pressure on our state legislators as well. I don't know that the federal government's going to listen to us. They've abandoned some of their basic constitutional duties, which is secure border.
What do you gentlemen think for the ones that, you know, you mentioned earlier, and I agree that there's a lot of uncertainty and fear right now where, you know, people are seeing our traditions, you know, being washed away. They're seeing our borders being washed away. They're seeing everything that's been our way of life for so long changing so quickly. What would you say to those people that again, they're worried about what's happening out there right now? What would your message be to them?
You know, and you spoke of honor a little bit ago. It's not so much us. We're honored by the citizens here to serve. And what can they do? What can we do as a group? And one of the things I like to talk about is delivering the message further. Taking the message from today, taking from your show, from the shows that many of us do on a regular weekly basis that we're doing. As we, and I think we have a duty and an obligation to inform the public accurately and efficiently as we can on what's actually happening here to Texas and the United States by federal policies. So, and this is not the first administration that has done these things to us. So this is actually my second administration, or third, that has changed policy and therefore defunded and nullified federal law. But I think that the Texans, they got to get their heads up. We got to continue to fight. We have to continue to unify to a point where we're an effective force here in Texas. Engagement of our state leadership is critical. Justin and I will be down in McAllen on Tuesday and Wednesday with the Texas Attorney General, who has currently filed 4 lawsuits against the federal government and the policies affecting the border and affecting Texans and Americans here in the United States. So the messaging and the final delivering of the message to your listeners and viewers here of your program, delivering this thing continuously. What we've never had, and I'm a border advocate. I think to have a country, you have to have a defined border, and that border has to be controlled, and you need to know who's coming in and out of your country, and there needs to be some accountability for that. That's not a debatable issue with me. I don't see where that's not even worth why we discuss that. I don't even know why it's an issue. It's such a simple issue for us. Even our founding fathers never dreamed that we would have a border issue where we would not have a defined border or defined border policies to determine who comes in and out of your country on a daily basis. So, but delivering that message and standing up to that, and standing up for Texas, as we are subjected to federal policies here on a daily basis, hourly basis, a federal force of 100,000 who can't do their job. If Justin and I got into something like that here, we would be in office before we were impeached very quickly about not doing our job. So. It's very frustrating to us, but I tell the public, get your head up and keep fighting and deliver the message for us. Keep fighting. We're fighting for you and policies here that are going to affect you. Crime will go up in this country. Mm-hmm. Crime is going to go up in this country. You cannot have 172,000 people that are accounted for into our state in 1 month. Not counting the getaways here, not counting your gotaways. That's over 1,000 a day. So, I don't have a calculator here, but it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people here with no infrastructure, very little infrastructure in here, and they will commit crimes here in Texas and in the United States. So is there a part for the American public to get involved in here? Yes, yes. I'm proud to say that the people here in the Gulf Coast area, in this area, they are engaged. Can they do more? Certainly. Are we going to ask more? Yes, absolutely. We're standing with them. We represent them. We stand together on this issue, or else we'll all fail.
Yes, sir.
Bottom line.
Yes, sir. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate the time, and you know, guys, right now, in a time again when law enforcement is hyper polarized for all the wrong reasons. You know, we go down all these rabbit holes and all that the statistics often don't match the narrative. You know, and we're told every day how law enforcement wakes up with this. They just wake up and they go and they start hunting minorities, or they start hunting people to ruin their and I don't think there's anything more dangerous that could be thrown on our law enforcement that just isn't true. And I would challenge the people that are buying this media narrative, this mainstream media of law enforcement waking up every day for the sole purpose of targeting minorities, to actually follow those statistics and not be, when you're told systemic racism over and over and over again, question that. Ask which policy they're referring to. Ask, you know, don't just blindly nod your head and say, okay, that's happening, because statistics say otherwise. And, you know, and this is, the lines are being drawn, people, and it's time that you're going to have to figure out which side you stand on. We hold accountability for wrongdoing, and I think every one of these gentlemen would want that themselves and do want that themselves. But in the same breath, we have to demand truth, and we have to seek truth. And this mainstream narrative of law enforcement, it's just not true. It's just not. This is your truth. This is what our communities look like. These men and women that wear this badge, they go out every single day not knowing if they're coming home or not. And to be lumped in as they're all systemically racist and they're all unconscionable racist, frankly, it's just disgusting. It's disgusting, and I would ask that as we back the sheriffs and our law enforcement on their protections of our borders, on their protection of our communities, that we also back the truth, and we stand for the truth, and we honor the truth, and we seek the truth, and because it's not being told to you, and if you don't seek that and you don't dig deeper, the media will mislead you, they will lie to you, and you know, take time one day, if you ever want to know, stop in and visit your local police department, your local sheriff's office, meet these men and women that put on the badge, and you will see that 99.9999% of them are there to serve. They are there for the most honorable and pure of reasons, to give back to their communities. And I got a little bit long-winded, but it's just very important to me that people understand that.
Well,
I mean,
yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Definitely appreciate
Sheriff,
what you do.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. Make sure you back these people, support them, show up, volunteer, go meet them, shake their hand, tell them you appreciate them, and that, you know, we are allowed to sleep peacefully in our beds at night because good men are willing to take the fight to the bad guys out there, and we need good men and women to man the wall, and they need our support. Again, thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. It helps all the algorithms, all that good stuff. We will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thanks.